Hi, thanks for joining us today. My name is Carrie and this is Ray, and we're both Pilates instructors here in Buda, Texas. We're currently at Willow Gardens Yoga Studio. We just wanted to talk a little bit today about some things you can do if you've been sitting a lot, even traveling, and your back gets sore, your neck, and your shoulders. So we just wanted to work through some mobility, some stretching, and things like that, just to kind of help you with that, especially in the situation we're in right now. A lot of people are sitting a lot more than they're used to. So let's get started. You're gonna have Ray come to a quadruped position or a tabletop position. And from here, we're just gonna slowly work through some cat-cows. And I'll be thinking about your breath, starting to connect to the breath. And as she comes into that cow position, she's getting a nice back extension, really great for the low back, especially if you've been sitting a lot, it can get kind of cranky back there. And then using her breath, she's going to start to pull the belly button up and then really pushing the mat away, really stretching through those shoulders, getting that nice arch in the back. And again, use your breath here. Inhale and exhale. And again, take any movements that feel good here. Just want to work through these cat-cows, starting to work through the breath, using that breath to really help you pull that belly button to spine, really cinching those ribs together. So we'll just do a couple more rounds here. And as you come into that cat position, really make sure you're pushing that mat away. Really feel those shoulders start to open up. And one more round here. And again, take any other little movements that feel good, especially for the low back. Just moving your hips, just getting a little mobility there. You can even do some circles with the hips and through the shoulders. And then just find that neutral position. So neutral position, you want to have the hips nice and even. You want the hands shoulder width apart. You want your knees hip distance apart, pulling the belly button up and into the spine. And from here, the neck is nice and long, no wrinkles in the back of the neck. From here, you're just going to drop down into those shoulders and then slowly circle around. So you're just going to keep working through those shoulders nice and slow here. Again, working on that mobility of the shoulder. Just doing a few circles one direction and then go ahead and reverse it. So sometimes this might be kind of confusing at first. It's the same thing you're doing if you were sitting like this, only you're just in a different position. So work through it here, just stretching up the shoulders, working on that mobility like I said, and then come into that neutral position again. Perfect. From here, we're just going to sit back into a child's pose. If you keep the knees together, it's going to help to stretch out the low back. If you open the knees a little wider, it actually gets into the hips a little bit more. So find that position that's comfortable for you, that works best for you. And breathe here. You can stretch the arms long, or you can bring them down to your sides next to your hips, whatever feels comfortable. If you need more of a stretch through the shoulders, you can have them crawl them forward, whatever feels good. And just take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, and exhale, let it go. Using that paw breath that we talk a lot about in Pilates helps to really engage those core muscles, those deep transverse abdominals. So you can practice that while you're in this position, and also practice your posterior lateral breath as you take an inhale. Try to push the air out through the back. Really expand the lungs in the back, and then pull that belly button in with that paw breath. Perfect. From here, we're just going to slowly push ourselves up, and walking the hands a little bit more forward, and come into that puppy pose. A nice yoga pose, so great for the shoulders. Really works to help open up that upper back, which again can become really stiff if you've been sitting a long time. And you'll notice that she's putting her chin a little bit forward, but again, you do what feels good for you here. You gotta listen to your body. We're just trying to open up those shoulders. Use your breath here, breathe into it. Inhale and exhale. And one more round of breath. Perfect. And then slowly walk yourself back up into that tabletop position. Again, finding that stable position with the wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. From here, we're just going to open up that right hand, bring it up towards the ceiling, and just feel that stretch. See if you can get those shoulders to line up. And use your breath here. And then slowly bring it down. We're going to thread the knee. You're going to bring it down and underneath. And she's coming down onto her shoulders. She's bringing her hand out in front. Again, just finding that stretch and using your breath here. If you want to work through the mid or upper back a little bit more, you can also use your left hand, push it into the mat, and see if you can bring this shoulder to stack on top of the other one, just like she's showing you here. So great for the upper back. And lots of times we forget about the upper back, so it's so good to get into that. Use your breath. Inhale exhale and slowly come back down. And you can unthread the needle, coming back up into that tabletop position, pushing that arm up towards the ceiling. Use your breath, and then slowly bring it back down. And then we'll go to the other side. Open up the left arm towards the ceiling. Using your breath, you're really trying to get those shoulders in alignment. And then slowly thread the needle. Using your breath, come down onto that left shoulder. You can extend the arm long like she's doing here to help stretch out the side. Or you can bring that hand down towards the face and try to stack those shoulders. Perfect. Awesome. Really work through that upper back. So good. Keep breathing here. Inhale and exhale. And one more round of breath. And then slowly bring yourself back into that tabletop position. Again, bringing that left arm up towards the ceiling. Find that stretch. Awesome. And bringing it down. From here, you're just going to walk the knees forward. And just sitting on your heels if that's comfortable. If not, you can always put a pillow here or a block underneath your sits bones, whatever's comfortable. Just going to go ahead and grab your strap. Now, if you don't have a strap, that's okay. You can use a towel, t-shirt, anything that's going to give you a little bit of distance if you have a band at home. So go ahead and grab it in each hand. And you want to have it a little bit wider than shoulder distance. So go ahead and get a good grip on it. From here, you're going to use your breath and just bring it up above. Now go ahead and extend the arms up out of the socket, so really push it up towards the ceiling. And then with your exhale, really pull those shoulders down so you can bring the strap back behind and maybe drop it back even. Awesome. Use your breath. Keep those shoulder blades engaged. Use those shoulder blades engaged there. You keep them down. And then bring the strap in front. And one more time, inhale, bring the strap up above. Really push the hands up towards the ceiling and then drop those shoulders back in. Keep those shoulder blades engaged as you bring the strap back behind. Perfect. Use your breath. Bring it up around. And we're going to do that one more time. Use your breath. Bring it up towards the ceiling. Extend the arms up towards the ceiling and then plug those shoulders in. Really drop those shoulder blades down the back and then bring the strap back behind you. Keep that shoulder engagement. Awesome. Perfect, and bring it back around. And go ahead and set the strap aside. From here, you can go ahead and turn yourself on your mat. Ray, and just come sitting towards the camera here. From here, we're just gonna drop the chin down. So think about sitting up nice and tall, pulling up that pelvic floor, pulling those sits bones together. Just dropping the chin down towards the chest. Shoulders are open. Use your breath here. Inhale and exhale. From here, she's just going to roll her head over towards that left shoulder. Try to bring that left ear down towards the shoulder without actually pulling it down. So it's just a nice stretch for the side of the neck. Keep breathing here. And then slowly roll it over to the other side. Perfect. And just find that stretch to the side of the neck here. Breathe into it. And then on the next inhale, go ahead and drop your head back down. Again, keep the shoulders nice and open, pulling up that pelvic floor, belly buttons in towards the spine, let the head drop down. So good, especially if you look at your phone a lot or you're on the computer a lot, the back of your neck can get sore. You just need to let it drop down, let the front of the neck have a chance to stretch out. Helps to strengthen the neck as well. Good job. And breathe here, and then slowly bring it back down. And this time we're just gonna roll it around. Nice and easy all the way around. So you're going to roll it around in one direction about 3 or 4 times, nice and easy. And if you're hearing some cracks and crunches in there, that's perfectly normal. It happens to everybody. It just means you need to move your neck maybe a little bit more often. So even every 30 minutes or so you're sitting at your desk, just think about rolling through your neck and your shoulders. It'll really help with any tension and stress. Once you've done that 4 times one direction, go ahead and switch it. Perfect. Nice and easy. And then just come back to a nice seated position here. From here, just go ahead and roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then back down. Using your breath, trying to relax here. And up and around. Really good. And then reverse and go the other direction. Just moving around, out. Using that breath will also help you to relax. And one more time. And then again, just come to that nice tall seated position. From here, open your arms up nice and wide. We're gonna bring the right arm underneath the left, and we're gonna come into eagle arms. So again, just finding that position that's comfortable for you. If this is not comfortable for you, find what is. You can just hold your hands like this. You just wanna find that opening through the back, through the shoulders, and then you can play around by lifting the arms up and then bringing them down. Again, using your breath, trying to relax through this, just feeling that stretch through the arms. And one more time, just up and down. And then just hold. Find that position that feels good for you. Kind of feel around where the tension is. Maybe it felt better to have it up here. Maybe you felt deeper stretch with it pulled down. And just hold here. Breathe into it. You can close your eyes if that feels good. And one more round of breath. Really good. And now go ahead and open the arms up nice and wide, and we'll just go to the other side. So you can bring the left hand underneath the right, bring it around. Again, just whatever's comfortable for you, whatever position you can work through here. And again, just bringing the arms up and then bringing them down, and using your breath as you move through this, just feeling that nice opening through the shoulders. Breathe into it. Just working through, feeling how it feels going this direction. Is it super tight? Then hold it there. Maybe it feels better pulled down. And then just hold there and breathe into it. Use your breath. Keep pulling that belly button to spine, sitting up nice and tall, thinking about keeping that neck long. Your neck is an extension of your spine, so you want to keep that nice and length. Pulling your sits bones together, pelvic floor is pulled up. Really good. And one more round of breath. Excellent. And go ahead and release that. Then from there, we're actually going to come back onto our knees. Again, if this is not comfortable, you can stay in that position that you're in, or you can put a pillow underneath your bottom, or a block, whatever feels good. From here, we're just going to open our hands up. We're going to bring our right hand back behind us and the left one behind. So we're just going to turn around so you can see what we're doing here, and see if you can work those fingers together. So if you can grab a hold of them. We don't expect everybody to be able to do this, but you want to work through that mobility. She's showing you what you can use, a strap or a towel or a t-shirt, whatever you have. So if those hands don't come together, you can use this to help you work on that stretching, so good through the shoulders. Again, try to sit up nice and tall, pulling that belly button in. Try not to let the ribs splay. And use your breath here. Breathe into it. Inhale. And exhale. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Really good. Then go ahead and release. And you're just going to work the hands the other way. So the left one's going to come behind, and the right one's going to crawl its way up to those fingers. Again, you can use your strap if that helps you, your towel, your t-shirt. Just try to find that nice stretch through the shoulders. Again, pulling the belly button in, pulling that T-point in. So you're feeling that mobility and that stretch through the shoulders. Use the breath. Inhale and exhale. Try to release the jaw, opening up the mouth, letting that air go. We hold tension in our jaw, which relates to tension in the hips, actually. So you want to make sure you're releasing that. Use your breath. And one more round here. Excellent. Then go ahead and release. And just turn yourself on your mat. This time we're going to open our knees up nice and wide and come into that child's pose to end today. A nice wide position here will really help to work through the hips. Again, like we were talking about, tension in the neck and the jaw can relate to tension in the hips. And because of the sitting that we're tending to do right now, you really want to get that release. So again, just crawling those hands out, trying to bring your forehead down. Again, you can always put a pillow underneath your sits bones if that's more comfortable. And just using your breath here. Inhale and exhale. If it feels good, maybe you walk your hands over to one side, feeling the stretch through the side body. Try to make sure that both shoulders are pressing down towards the mat, especially if you're over to the right side, you want that left shoulder. Think about pulling that armpit down towards the mat, really feeling that stretch through the side. And then when it feels good, you can walk back through center and over to the other side. And again, using the breath here, trying to relax. Using that ha breath again really helps to get you into that less stress, more of a relaxed parasympathetic system of the body. And then walk through center, and then slowly start to drag your hands towards you as you start to roll the spine back up. Come to a nice seated position. And then we'll just come around to face you again. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope that helped you feel a little bit more relaxed and stretched out your neck and your back and your shoulders. Thank you. Namaste.